Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
Hello everybody, Dan Ward with the Ward on Sports. We're talking AFC South predictions for the 2022 season, or as I like to call it, the worst division in football as it was last year. Zero expectations for this division, but potentially some very interesting storylines. We're just going to jump right into it. I expect only one team to make the playoffs, and that's going to be the division winner. I also expect only one team to be above 500, and that is the Indianapolis Colts. Tennessee Titans have a down year as a team that underperforms. Jacksonville Jaguars have a solid year as a team that perhaps overperforms. And the Houston Texans have another rough year, still trying to figure out their identity, still trying to figure out who their stars are. Indianapolis Colts now have Matt Ryan, Matty Ice, cool, calm, collected, has been there before, has played in the Super Bowl. I think that can be not necessarily a difference maker between him and Carson Wentz. I think there's a lot of similar skill sets. Mentality is a very big difference that will give the edge to Matt Ryan. He has weapons all around him. Jonathan Taylor is going to be dominant once again. So I think that the Colts will be solid on offense once again, and then their defense is projected to be one of the best in the league. They have everything right. They have a weak division behind them, so they can steal some easy wins from this tough AFC. I think things are just lining up nicely for the Colts. I think after a rough end of the season last year, they bounce right back and they make the playoffs. They win the division, and they win it pretty easily. There's always a team that overperforms and underperforms. As I mentioned, the Titans are going to be the underperformers this season. I only have them notching 6 wins because they are going to struggle, number one, and again, tough AFC. But they are not going to do well in their division with the Colts and the Jags playing much better against them. They are going to have a tougher schedule because of their first place finish last year. And what's going on? Ryan Tannehill, is he going to feel the pressure? Do they really trust him? Is he their long-term solution or even this year's solution? Wouldn't be surprised if he struggles and then loses his seat to the rookie that they drafted, Malik Willis. Wouldn't be surprised if Derrick Henry has a strong year, but who else is going to step up on the offense? They lost A.J. Brown. Is there anybody on the wide receiving core that can really step up and kind of take over a game? Can Tannehill even get them the ball? And can the defense stop anybody? Because this is not the defense that we've learned to know over the last couple of years. It is not expected to be a good defense. That is going to hurt them significantly. Tough schedule, poor defense, not a lot of weapons on offense besides Derrick Henry. So there's going to be a team that underperforms. There always is every single year. There's always a disappointing team. And for me, I think that team is going to be the Titans. And as I mentioned, there's always a team that overperforms in the Jacksonville Jaguars. Last year was just, you want to get that season out of there if you're a Jags fan. All 12 of you out there can just say, we don't want to even think about last year. You've got Trevor Lawrence, who's expected to be amazing in the NFL. Now he has a chance to actually perform, and the Jaguars' headlines can actually be about football and their young talent rather than Urban Meyer. They have a real head coach in Doug Peterson now who can help Trevor Lawrence, who has already shown that he works well with second-year quarterbacks and can help build a team to be good enough to make it to the Super Bowl, and at the very least, multiple playoff appearances. I'm not saying playoff appearance just yet for the Jaguars, but they are trending in the right direction. Travis Etienne finally gets a chance to really show himself this year after some injuries last year. Trevor Lawrence, second year, now with a real coach, now with a better line of sight of what he's going to do, and more experience. I think that's going to be huge for him, so I expect him to have a better year. I think that this is just a nice, solid growth year for the Jags. They overperform a little bit. Not crazy, 6 wins, but that's still going to be a big jump from last year. And then again, next year, with a weak division still, they'll have a chance to maybe catch the Colts and maybe get back to the playoffs. Lastly, the Houston Texans, I think, are still looking for their identity. They've got long neck Davis Mills at quarterback. He was solid at times, but is he going to be a full-time NFL quarterback, or is he just kind of a filler for them in the meantime? Who are their playmakers? Is Dameon Pierce going to show up and prove to be a star running back? How many years does Brandon Cooks have left in him? It's probably going to be another really strong campaign because that's just what he does. Gets 1,000 yards, calls it a season. But where are the stars? Where's the direction of this team? I think that they are still figuring out, still working the draft picks, trying to recover from losing some of their stars over the last several years. So, down season for the Texans, just 4 wins. Not really that much to go on this year. I don't really have many expectations for the Texans. Maybe Davis Mills can prove me wrong and use that great height of his because of his neck to be an excellent quarterback who can see over top of defenses. But not really expecting it. Last place finish for the Texans. So Colts, Jags, Titans, Texans, AFC South. Yeah, it's one of the divisions in football. Not really excited by it, but hey, go Colts. Why not? Let me know what you think about this division and any other predictions that you have. Will Jonathan Taylor be able to be the number one running back in back-to-back years? Very tough task, but we'll see. Maybe Derrick Henry is comeback player of the year and absolutely dominates the NFL like he did a couple seasons ago. Like, subscribe, all that stuff that you're supposed to do YouTube videos. Please check out all my other division predictions. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you later.
Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation.